All right, we're back here at the touchscreen. We have the updated bracket. Quarterfinal round is set. We got a couple of new matchups here. Penn State and Boise State have never played on the football field before. Texas and Arizona State playing for the first time since 2007. But I think a big circle around this one. Oregon, Ohio State, Rose Bowl, New Year's Day. Does it get any better than that in a rematch?
Yeah,
right?
And we saw how special that place was last year when we were there for Alabama, Michigan. It's going to be phenomenal. What an entertaining venue, though, to watch this game. For this one, man, if Will Howard can build off of the momentum, right, of what we just saw tonight, wow. I mean, I look forward to Ohio State playing this game again because he played great the first time. And now excited again for this football team. You know, the other thing that I kind of have a big question mark for this as well, does it actually hurt Oregon being on the sidelines for the past 2 weeks, really just watching and hanging out?
That's a really good point because now Ohio State has kind of found themselves a little bit more. And the last time we saw Oregon, they had some things that they had to clean up in that Penn State game. As I mentioned earlier in the show, giving up nearly 300 yards of rushing offense towards Penn State last week. And you let Drew Aller gash you up a little bit. Now, this is a different type of offense that you're going with against Ohio State. And guys, quite frankly, I am going to say that Ohio State moves on. Wow. This game.
Okay. All right. I like it. I can't disagree with it. It's difficult to beat a team twice in the same year. You know, and it kind of can go both ways. It depends. But I feel like this team right now is pissed off, honestly. And playing angry and hitting and playing hard. So Dan Lanning, great manipulator and manager of the game. So I look forward to seeing that matchup with those two teams.
And it's quite unfortunate that Oregon has to play this game first.
No doubt.
It's not fair that they're already in this position.
They got their warm-up game.
Yeah, exactly.
And now it's like, all right, you got to go right in there.
All right, let's work through the top one, Texas versus Arizona State. Does Arizona State have a chance here to beat Texas?
It's all about the first quarter. Can they survive the first quarter without making the big mistake, right? And just make it an ugly football game. The truth of it is, no, I just don't think that they have enough Johnnies and Joes to keep up, especially, too. Kenny Dillingham, I think that he can do it X's and O's wise and create some opportunities, but I just don't know if consistently throughout the football game. Texas learned a lot from their losses to Georgia throughout this year. The physicality was the biggest thing. Win at the line of scrimmage in the running game. Be patient in the running game. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from them. That's what they'll do to Arizona State. They'll lean in that run game again. It'll be tough.
And Arizona State does a good job of not turning the ball over.
Yes.
But it's going to simply come down to who is a more physical team, and I think we know exactly who that is. But we are not in the situation here as in the first round where Texas had that home field advantage. And I think this neutral site setting might be able to make a difference from where they are.
Since the midway point of the season, Sam Leavitt has had the second best QBR in the entire country.
No doubt. So since midpoint through the season, he hasn't seen any defense like this before in his life.
If they're going to hurt them anywhere, it's going to be through the air. I don't think you're going to hurt. You're not going to hurt this Texas offense running the Texas defense, running the ball. Okay, Penn State versus Boise State. We all know Ashton Jeanty, the guy that should have been the Heisman, could have been the Heisman, whatever side you're on, cool, we get it. But he's going against a Penn State defense that is also different. What do you see, Sam?
Well, I mean, Abdul Carter, I think we talked about Denai Dennis Sutton as well, making themselves some money today. You talk about like an Arizona State team that hasn't seen a defense like that. Boise State hasn't seen a defense like Penn State probably since Oregon in week one, and I think earlier on in the season. And I think we can all agree, Oregon, much different team than they were when they played Boise State.
And then you got King in the middle of that defense, just like Cody Simon for this Ohio State defense, right? I love Jalen Reed, the safety. I like Wheaton, how he plays as well. And they're aggressive. They can definitely get involved in that running game. They do a lot of multiple fronts, which I think will be very difficult for them to prepare for. Different looks, a lot of athletes. I think overwhelms Boise State, makes it tough for them to run the football consistently.
Let me just say, you said this before, Sam, that the 6 seed and the 5 seed probably have the best path in terms of the college football playoff.
Real quick,
if you're Penn State, look, you got SMU and then Boise State is your first 2 games.
Real quick, we're taking every team that played today.
I know, I get it.
Just pointing that out.
I hear you, and I think there's a bonus to playing football and keep playing. These aren't pros. Now they're close to being pros. But I think there is a benefit to building off of a rhythm of last week.
All right. Georgia
so what about
versus
Georgia?
Notre Dame. Now, this game, y'all, this is the only one where I'm saying there might be a little something here that might actually happen. Notre Dame, you've showed us that you are a dominant team to an extent. And with Georgia not having their starting quarterback, I don't know if I can trust Gunner in this situation. How about you guys? I'll let you be the one.
I don't know that we know who Gunnar Stockton is yet.
We don't.
And I think that's the biggest X factor of this whole thing, because I think Georgia could go on and win the national title. That's how good they are around.
I don't think
Gunnar
they can do it with Gunnar though. As soon as Carson
we
Beck
have
was
no
was
evidence to prove that, right?
Exactly.
That's the thing. So that is literally going to be like it's
Game
going to
time.
play in.
Yeah, we'll find out.
No doubt. We're going to find out. And I know that.
we're gonna do it.
Wow. Okay.
Just
for the record, that was not what I was going to do.
This is Mr.
taking Georgia
SEC
too.
country. Okay, you know what? Because I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all
team player.
I'm gonna be a team player. I'm gonna be a team player. We're gonna put Georgia over there. Okay, all right. We got a couple minutes left of the show, so let's get this moving. Texas versus Ohio State. Who we got?
This is the Quinn Ewers Bowl.
Who we got, baby?
The Quinn Ewers Bowl. That's
Yes.
right. What I saw today.
I like Ohio State.
I like Ohio State.
We got
too.
some little recency bias going on
No
over
doubt.
here. How can you not, though?
If I see that
Jeremiah
team today,
Smith, yes.
No doubt.
If we see that team today, they're winning the national championship.
I agree.
It's about as simple as that.
Something different about them, man. You know, they played
Penn
hard as
State
hell.
versus Georgia. Are we having a Big Ten SEC, or are we going to have a Big Ten championship, which is kind of silly when you think about it? Who had Penn State in the national championship on their bingo card?
Well, we said at the start of the season that the 12-team playoff was built specifically for Penn State.
Which is why their path, as I just said, is so favorable.
Okay,
because
now
you're
let's
get the Georgia team.
Take away all James Franklin versus
Yeah.
Kirby Smart. I'll leave it there.
I think
I got to go with Kirby Smart. I just feel like
Smart.
in big-time situations, big-time games, I just trust his decision-making to manage the football game better.
So our winner
Wow.
on the wrap-up, a.k.a. the college football show, after the first round. This is fluid, baby. This is fluid.
So
It might
don't
change
judge
by
us
next
too
week,
soon
man.
here. Yeah.
We're going with the Ohio
Are you?
State
All right.
Buckeyes. Are you not? Do you want to make a point as to why Georgia won?
No, honestly, I'm comfortable with that right now.
I'm okay with it right now.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, from what we have seen,
You said it was
after
fluid,
week
though,
one,
so you
yeah,
kept
it
it-
is
Yeah.
fluid,
All
so
right,
it can
so,
change.
all right.
After what we have seen, the amount of weapons and the amount of money that they got in that roster, how can you not? Jeremiah Smith looked dominant. Those two running back, Krishan Jenkins, Travion Henderson looked dominant. Chip Kelly caught a great game.
Gotta see it more,
Yes,
no doubt.
Consistently.
These four and this team, most trusted teams out of it. These are the five most trusted, I think, left, right? As far as can win multiple games in a row with the style they play. I think they're close.
I think they can.
I gotta see it. If they win this game, then I could definitely see them winning it all. All right.
I like what I saw
the big
from
question
Riley. I
mark.
like what I saw from Riley Leonard just a little bit more this week. Not necessarily the best game, but in terms of just being able to handle pressure and make plays, I like it.
It's got to make big time throws in this one.
Yes.
That'll be the difference.
Yes. He had one big time throw today. One.